there, Stampers. This is Sarah Neighbor with Sarah Loves to Stamp, and today I'm bringing you a Tool Time Thursday about another little series of our Big Shot series, about our Bigz and Originals dies, which are the thick dies. So I'll just get right into it. I'm going to show you how to run them all through, and you're going to see it several times. So the first thing you need to know about these dies is that you don't need the multi-purpose platform. These are your thick dies. These are the ones that cut through the 40 materials, you know, the tin, the wood, that thin balsa wood. Don't try and put 2x4s through the Big Shot, you'll break it. They're the ones that look like this. They're just thicker. Okay, so like this is the Originals Blossom Party die, so I'm going to run that one through here in a second. But yeah, these are the ones that will cut through all the stuff, the chipboard, everything. And I'll put up a list of those 40 things on my blog with this post, so you can check it out there. Alright, so this is a really easy sandwich to make. You do your clear plate, then your die, then your paper, and I'm just using a scrap of pink pirouette here and putting it over just one of the parts of the die. You can put it over the whole die at once. It can cut it all. I just grabbed some scraps and whatever fit I use. And then you put the clear plate on top and just go ahead and run it through. Hold that handle on top. That's my favorite thing. The Big Shot is super sturdy. Okay, and then here's that one. Oh, it is even polka dotted. I put polka dots on. I stamped polka dots on this piece of paper and then threw it in my scrap pile. Remember, whatever side you put down is the side you're going to want. I know you're not going to be able to see that on the camera, but the side that was down is going to be really nice. And the side that was up is going to, you know, the blade's cut this way. So it kind of has a little bit of a ridge to the paper there. It's not probably that big of a deal to most people. You know, I've discussed this before. I'm kind of a perfectionist. Okay, so I'm going to set that one aside. Again, that was the Originals die, so that is the smallest of the ones we're going to be using today. The next one is just a regular Bigz die, and this is one of the alphabet ones, and you can see here, I love these stickers because it tells me what letters are on this plate. And then I have a piece of cherry cobbler, so again, same sandwich. A clear plate, whoop, sorry, move the camera, and then the die. And then I'm just covering up the letters. I'm doing A and B today. and then I'm going to go ahead and put the clear plate on. And then, again, roll it through. It's so simple and easy to use. And you don't need electricity, so you can take it anywhere, which is really fun. Okay, so that's... I'm going to throw that piece away. I have a lot of scraps because my piece was kind of long. You can cut your pieces more to size. And then there's my B. You can see how easily the centers of these are punching out. Isn't it funny? I'm going to say that, and then this one's... Oh, no, that one came out pretty easy, too. There's my A and my B. I don't know if you can see all the way over there. I think you can. And then I'm just going to throw this scrap away. This is the size difference. So there's no difference in the width, or, well, whatever you would call that. I guess the width of it. There's no difference in that dimension of the die, so that's why you can run it through the exact same way with just those clear plates. Okay? So again, the bigger one is the Bigz, and the smaller one's the Originals, but you run them through exactly the same. Okay, so they're just bigger, this part of it. Alright, so that's that. Next I wanted to do a clear one. Oh, sorry, and I'll show you the end of this one. This is the Bigz Clear Oval Accent. I love this one. We also have, I think we have one more. I think it's a circle. I might be wrong. We've had a few. And then I'm going to go ahead and sit it down like that. And this piece of cardstock, I just had to do a little bit cattywampus. Make sure you don't do it too much because it will hit the machine like as it's going in if it's past the plate. So be careful of that because then your cardstock will move or it'll bend or it just won't be good. So do try and cut your cardstock. I just usually use scissors. I don't even use my paper trimmer usually when I'm trimming cardstock for my Big Shot. And then same thing, I did the clear plate, the die, the paper, and then the clear plate. So I rolled that through again. Here it is. And the clear die is really cool because you can see what you're cutting. So you can put, you know, if you're trying to cut out a design or a designer series paper or something, you can put it in there the way you want it and then hold it on there. And then also it has this hole so you can punch it through. Because since it's a hole in here instead of, you know, the solid foam like this, it will go in there just a hair. So anyway, you punch it out. Oh, I love this shape. Woo! Awesome. And that was Raspberry Ripple cardstock. I don't know if you really care what colors I'm using, but just in case. So that was the clear. And then we're going to do, this is a Bigz L die. And that one was a Bigz clear die. So all of them except for the first one are Bigz dies. But this is an L die, and again I'll show you the difference. This one's the regular Bigz size. And then the originals, remember, was a little smaller than that. So this is the L die. So it's longer. Now, you can buy the full length, and I'll show you here in a second, the extra large plates that are like this long. They're as long as the Big Shot, basically. You can buy those. But if you are just going to use the large and those regular Bigz dies or originals, you don't need them. So I don't like to try and sell people stuff that they don't need. I do love the XL dies, which I'll show you here in a minute. So you do need them if you're going to cut those, obviously. And then I just put my paper over it. I know since the actual die is black, it's probably hard for you to see the images until I run it through. But you can see them all in the catalog or online. And I'll link to that again from my blog with the different dies. So I just ran it through, again, the exact same way, and I ran it through our clear plates, the standard cutting pads. They're the exact length. And these are super old. These are the ones that came with my machine like 4 years ago. So I've never replaced them. I do have an extra set, and those are the ones I use if you see my video where I stamp with my plates with the wheels. If you haven't, I'll link to it. But I use brand new ones for that. Well, basically brand new. And then here it is. That's Daffodil Delight. I love this die. It's all flowers. It's so fun. And these dies, you can cut through fabric. I think I forgot to say that as one of the 40 materials. That's like my favorite thing about them. They can cut through 8 layers of fabric at once. It's amazing. So if you're a quilter or you like to make bags or you just like to sew, whatever, this is an awesome machine for you. Okay, now we're going to kind of get into a little different one here. And I don't know if you can see this, but if you have these plates, hopefully you can tell the difference between this one, which is all cutting edges, and then this one, you can kind of see there's foam on the top. Like this one, there's a line where obviously the foam has been cut through by the die. But this, it's not actually cut through, and it's scored, okay? So these are scoring lines, and whenever you have that, you want to use the crease pad. So I'm still going to use a clear plate on the bottom, okay, one of our standard cutting pads. I always call them clear plates. I know that's not what they are in the catalog. So standard cutting pad on the bottom, and then your die. Oh, I should put in, this die I love for this piece. It's a banner, so I thought I'll cut out that and show you that you can put, a few different things on at once. And then this piece here is like the half circle that it's scalloped too, that you can put on this part when you make the petal comb. And this is what it looks like. It's black. It has, I don't know, it's kind of flexible, but not super. I don't know. Okay, and so I'm going to put my cardstock over the top of that part. I know it's going to be over the top of that scallop circle, part of it anyway. That's fine. And I hope, I haven't tried this before. I hope that this will still cut out okay. We'll find out. If not, you'd have to cut this and then cut that separately. But, I mean, you're noticing how fast I'm running these through, so that's probably not that big of a deal. Remove this cutting pad. And then I'm just going to roll it on through. So I've just replaced that top clear cutting pad with this crease pad. Oh, sorry. Hit the thing again. Okay, so here it is. Oh, and I don't think I've used this die before. It's new to me. So sometimes you need a shim, and I might need a shim when I do this because you'll notice it's kind of hanging up there. Or here's another option for you. It's not hanging up in many places. So I'll be honest, I just grab my paper snips and I just, like especially this corner, it's just a straight edge, no big deal. Just snippity snip. Bam, bam. Okay, so that piece is out, and then the only part that's hung up is up here. And that may get better with time, we'll see. I may need a little shim there. You can also try cutting with your clear plates. I know some people I've told you this before with the Big Shot, but they're all calibrated a little bit differently. I mean, they can't make them exactly the same. So some of you may need, and hopefully you can see my crease lines, some of you may use just your other clear plate. I know people who do that, and that's fine. If that works for you, do it. It just depends on your machine, so you'll just have to try it out. The clear plates come with the machine. See, and that didn't cut out. I didn't think it would, but maybe you can see the cool pattern anyway. Oh, and these little black things, this is a brand new die, so it's still getting a little bit of the extra foam out of there. So don't be alarmed by that. That's no big deal. Just push it aside. Okay, so that's how you do that with the crease pad. All right, let's move on. The next ones are, uh-oh, that was my remote going into the trash. Woo! Good thing I just changed the trash can, because that's no big deal then. Okay, and so the next ones we're talking about are XL dies. I hope you can see how large this is. These are big guys. And I'll show you the edge. Right here it says Big XL. And this is the Tasteful Trim. This is probably one of my most used dies, I would say. It makes making edge strips a snap. And probably the one I use the most is the scallop border one. Although there's also, I don't know if you can see it, but there's also a big rickrack there's this kind of little, oh, it's kind of like scallops on both sides, so it kind of just looks like little bubbles. And then there's a pointy rickrack. This one's like the curved one. This one's a pointy one, and it's much smaller. Okay, so I just set that there, but I need my plates. I'm sorry, I set them on the bottom of my pile here. I had a huge pile of dies. Okay, so these are the XL cutting plates, not standard. Standard is the regular size. And the Big Shot, I've told you this before too, but just in case, the Big Shot comes with the multi-purpose platform, which is what you need to cut the thinner dies and use with the embossing folders and whatnot. And it also comes with 2 of the standard cutting plates. So the ones of these, but they're smaller. So I put one on the bottom, just like we did before. Then I have my die, my paper, and then I'm putting one on top. So the sandwich is the same. So don't stress out about that just because it's long. And then I'm going to roll it through. The plates are a little longer than the die, so don't be alarmed if they're not exact. It's okay. Like, I don't have mine completely lined up. Maybe you could see that when I was running it through. Okay, and then I just ran it through. And then here it is. I love this die. Okay, and there it is. And you could use these pieces too. I have a little bit of a cutout on that one, but you could cut that off. And I put it in pretty straight, so you could use that piece too. I'm throwing them away for today. And then, so I have that piece. Like I said, that's like my favorite. It's my favorite. So great. Okay, and then I just brushed off my cutting pad. I'm going to sit this one more. Oh, geez, I hit the camera again. You guys are going to be like dizzy after watching this, right? Okay, so there's that. And one other thing I meant to mention, I'm glad I thought of this, that I'm doing this, because you can use designer series paper with these, of course, too. I don't know, you know, if you knew that, but just in case. So I'm taking a piece of our Candlelight Christmas designer series paper. It's beautiful. There's the other side. How nice is that? And I'm going to go ahead and lay it down on the die. And I want it to cut off the pointy edges, so I'm putting on this edge. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the other edge is like it's scalloped, but then it has the little part cut out of it. It's really cute. Or you can put it right in the center if you just want it to be flat edged on the sides. And I think for my Quick Tip Tuesday video for this next week, I will go ahead and show you how to make a rosette. So I'll just go ahead and use the same one. Now this one has creases because the rosette, it creases every, I think it's 1/2 inch maybe. And so, so you need the crease pad on top. And I haven't used this die either. This one's brand new too. Bought a couple new dies recently, so I'm excited about that. So crease pad on top instead of the plate. It's the only difference here. Oops, I got hung up on my, there we go. It's tricky working within the tripod. Okay, and you can see it cut off the edges there. Uh-oh. Oh, I must have done a crummy job. I didn't put it far enough. Oops, I didn't put it far enough up. That's my fault. Sorry, you get the idea. This is what it's supposed to look like. And then it's creased between each of them. So maybe you can see that. Okay, so it's like that. And it makes it really easy to fold, especially the designer series paper. But if you use a clear cutting pad with this, you can try it, but it may cut through your paper. And I've even had it, depending on which die it was, I've had some of them cut through cardstock. So do be careful when you're doing it, just that, you know, you're being smart about what you're doing. So anyway, there's that, and I hope you enjoyed that little tip, and I hope you love these dies as much as I do. I love the versatility of them. I made quilt blocks with the Bigz dies before, which is really fun and easy because I am not a really great quilter, so that was awesome for me. Yeah, and I just love all the things you can do with it. It's fast and easy, and you know, there's so many options. So I mean, here's the different things we cut today with it. Oh, I think I lost my A. Huh. And that one. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you all have a nice day, and be back next week for, I believe I'm going to do the embosslets next week. So come back and check that out, and let me know in the meantime if you need anything or if you have any questions or videos you'd like to see. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon.